Hi, this is Scott. I'm coming to you today from CTAA's headquarters in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to give you an update on some of the information that we presented last week in the video, and want to give you some of the latest information about what the House and the Senate are up to with regards appropriations, authorization discussions, and most importantly, give you an idea once again of the things that you can do, CTA members can do, to best situate yourselves in this tumultuous time right now. This past week has been a district work week for both the House and the Senate, and we've been really pleased that a number of our members have had direct discussions with their members of the House and Senate about educational efforts. Here's what we do in the community, here's who we serve, and in some cases just making sure that some of the newer members of Congress are aware that there is transit in their district and what and how it works. In addition to that, we've been kind of digesting what the House did last week with its continuing resolution and looking at a lot of the cuts that were almost entirely in the domestic spending programs. And in transit, it's become clear that the targets are high-speed rail, new starts, Amtrak, and also specifically the Washington Metro system here. Outside of those programs, the traditional formula funds that many of our members have come to rely upon for obvious reasons, those have not been touched in any of these cuts, and there really hasn't been much discussion that those would be touched. So I wanted to make that very clear to you on kind of what's on the chopping block, so to speak. We also understand that the Senate right now is working on its version of a continuing resolution because a week from today, March 4th, the concurrent extensions expire. And that is the first kind of date where there could potentially be a shutdown of the government. It doesn't seem likely that that's going to occur right now. One, because the Senate is working on its version, and two, the House has begun working on a 2-week extension that they hope to have and work through next week. So that would take us to the 18th of March. Interestingly, even within those 2 weeks, they're talking about multiple $billion of cuts just in that 2-week period. So they may be extending it, but they're not at all walking away from what is their commitment to cut a lot of these programs and cut back a lot of these programs. You've also probably heard that the House in voice vote in the T&I committee passed an extension of Safe TLU. And I wanted to be clear with you that that's different than what we're dealing with the appropriations process. And again, the word here in Washington is that next week an extension of Safe TLU will come to the floor of the House for a full House vote. And basically what they're talking about there is extending the rules that Safe TLU has in place up until September 30th. Again, it's a different process than what's going on with the appropes, but it's an equally important one. Also this week, you'll see on our homepage, ctaa.org, we had the opportunity to brief the Senate Banking Committee on rural transportation, everything that we brought with us to that briefing, which was an excellent session. You can access, and I'd love to have your comments on what we provided there. And really, when we get to what you can do, it's a repeat, but it's something that I know you can do, which is keep doing the good work you do. Find those opportunities locally to build partnerships, to meet with your elected officials at the state, at the local, and at the federal level. You're not lobbying. Educate, educate, educate. They need to know who it is you serve. What are those destinations? Connect the work you do to jobs, to economic development. That's the most important thing, is tell your story right now. And I know you've heard that from me many times, but right now it's really critical. So thanks for tuning in to this video, and I will be available to all of you at Bogren BOGREN at CTAA.org. Let me know how we can help you tell your story better. Thanks, and have a good weekend.